Welcome back to Oxford Hills Comprehensive High School. Boys varsity basketball about to get underway a little bit early tonight here at Oxford Hills. Windham JV boys pulled away with a victory, 41-37. Controversial foul call at the end. Stop me if you've heard that one before, John Gilson. I know there's no such thing as a controversial foul call.
Not with officiating, no.
Not
High school sports never has that.
Never has that happened. Never has that happened. Matt Beltwell, John Gilson with you here. Tyler Farnham on the camera. John Governale back at the Gleason Media Palatial Estate Studios in beautiful downtown Norway, Maine. Keeping us on the air on 92.7 Maine's Big Z and 96.9 at AM 1450, the Ox, Maine's real country music station. Of course, the video stream can be found at MBR.org. It is presented by OA. Oxford Federal Credit Union player profile will be coming up at halftime. Of course, I've actually got a list of folks with player profiles done, so I can actually talk about the kids this week.
Nice.
It's nice. Through the early part of the season. Windham 1-2 on the year. They lost to Deering early. They lost to Cheverus in a close one, and then they got a win over Lewiston recently. Oxford Hills at 2-2. Wins over Leavitt and also over Lewiston. Lost a close one to Edward Little and lost a not-so-close one to Portland, which you watched last week. We'll have more on the way. It is the pregame show on Maine's Big C and the Ox 96.9 AM 1450. It's your home for Oxford Hills basketball. It's a Central Maine Community College Hammond Lumber Game of the Week. The video stream can be found at mbr.org. It's presented by OA. We will be right back. Sunday River Brewing Company pregame show. Of course, check out their donut, beer, and food specials online. Go to SundayRiverBrewingCompany.com. We're in the Mechanic Savings Bank broadcast booth. Mechanic Savings Bank is the proud sponsor of the MBR Athlete of the Week. Stay tuned at the end of the year to see who is going to be Athlete of the Year. That's all brought to you by Central Maine Orthopedics and Mechanic Savings Bank. Video streams are presented by OA. The Ortho Access Clinic on Sewell Street in Portland is open 6 days a week for sprains, strains, or pains. Find out more information and their hours online at orthoaccess.com. Timeouts are brought to you by Affordable Water Treatment of Maine and Maine Radon Pro. Just one call. They treat it all. Radon and air mitigation services. Find them online at affordablewatertreatmentofmaine.com. John Gilson, Matt Beltwell with you here, Oxford Hills High School. So pretty successful MBR All-Star Weekend. It's been a while since I've seen you, and it was like a month ago at this point, yet here we are. I'm still watching videos from that. 12 games over that weekend. There's quite a bit of talent that showed up.
Yeah, definitely. We had over 200 kids show up for the weekend. MBR did a lot of the video streaming for all the games, so got a lot of great coverage and a lot of great feedback from people that weren't able to make it from high up in the state of Maine and the county. I was getting texts all day long saying how great the video stream was, thanking us for allowing them to, kids came down but parents had to work or something like that. So got a lot of good feedback on that. We did have some great basketball players throughout the weekend. Chris St. Pierre, Cole Verrier from Oxford Hills. Matt Fleming wasn't able to make it due to his bigger brother. I don't know, I guess he plays somewhere. And he
plays
wanted
at the University of Maine.
I guess he wanted to go see him play in Boston, so he wasn't able to make it. But in the freshman game, we had a few freshmen that were selected to play as well. So Oxford Hills had a great showing tonight. They're playing Windham, and there was only one player for Windham that was selected, and that was Orion Beers. So Oxford Hills was definitely showcased over that weekend.
We'll have more on the way. Of course, on the radio side of things, you can listen on 92.7 FM. If you're local in the Oxford Hills area, you can listen on 96.9 FM or AM 1450. Video stream can be found at mbr.org, and the video stream, of course, is brought to you by OA. For hours of their Ortho Access Clinic, go to orthoaccess.com. Find daily scores, live and on-demand video and audio, and support your team at mbr.org, Maine's best resource for sports. Find them online at mbr.org. Lineups brought to you by Maine Athletic Fundraising. They are the right choice for your fundraising needs. No risk, no upfront costs, no minimums. Find out how they can help you today at maineaf.com. Windham 1-2 on the year. I think they had a game that got shifted around, so they haven't made that up yet. Got to talk to Coach Graffam before the game. Of course, he was I asked him why he couldn't fit in some more games before Christmas, and he asked why I wanted to poke the bear. I don't know what that meant. I'm not sure. What
He probably doesn't like how he has to play a lot of games in a short period of time in January. I actually saw Coach Graff and me parked in the middle of the road the other day to just drop off some mail at a mailbox. And so I was able to just stop because I couldn't go anywhere and was like, "Hey, Coach, how's it going? Thanks for parking in the middle of the road."
Could he not get to it? Was it plowed out or?
No, he just parked in the middle of the road.
Parked in the middle of the road.
He asked if we were doing Portland game, and I was like, "Yeah, no, it is being video streamed." Good. He said, "All right, I'll get out of your way." And I'm like, "Thanks."
Right. He just wanted to know if we could record it for him. That's really what it boiled down
exactly.
to. Oh goodness! He had to unlock the door for me to get me up here tonight.
Tonight?
Yeah, tonight. Like it wasn't locked.
Wow.
Oh,
did they have school today?
Yeah, they did. I think so. I think everybody's done tomorrow. Hold on, we're going to go on the air on the radio now, and welcome back on Maine's Big Z 92.7, the Ox 96.9 and AM 1450. Worldwide at MBR.org is where you can find the video stream, which is presented by OA. We're in the Mechanic Savings Bank broadcast booth. It's the Central Maine Community College Hammond Lumber Game of the Week. Oxford Hills and Windham. We're a couple of minutes away from tip-off. We'll be getting started a little bit early tonight.
That never happens.
It's only when we're wondering, what's going to happen with different things. If we get started a little bit late, something else changes, anything like that. That's usually when everything starts rolling through.
Usually you text me and say, "Yeah, we just started the second half and it's 7 o'clock.
That's what I was thinking. I'm looking up and I get to halftime for the JV game and everything's all good. And then all of a sudden I went outside, I came back, and they were like, the third quarter was almost done. I don't know if they just stalled the ball for the entire third quarter of the JV game or what happened. So
Officials probably just wanted to get home.
Yeah, well, I mean, you don't want to be out there when it's too cold. Already had vehicles that don't start or doors that won't close. That was a good one this morning. The door was frozen. It was frozen shut, and I didn't have the de-icer. So I drove to work with my hand on one door. So I hit this little patch of black ice to start kind of going around a little bit. So the door just flies open a little bit, and then when I went to turn it back, the impact from turning it back actually shut the door. So I was able to shut the door because of that.
Should have videotaped that.
I really,
GoPro or something.
Wouldn't that have been nice?
Yeah,
little dashboard cam, possibly.
That's not a short ride from the Falls to Center Street.
No, it is not, especially when you go on the back way. So just be wary, folks. There's some black ice out there, and you never know what might happen. You might not have a happy ending to the story like I did where your door actually shut, which was nice.
And if you see the Boutwell mobile, get out of the way.
Yeah, get out of the way.
Who knows what he's doing in there.
Immediately. I think this will be a good bounce-back matchup for Oxford Hills after they had the big win over Leavitt on Friday. Of course, they looked a little bit out of sync and out of sorts on Thursday with Portland, and I kind of expect that. I mean, Portland's the state champions, and if they're not getting as much practice time as they normally would be this time of year because they're putting in so many games before Christmas, I can probably see where there'd be a little bit of disorganization, I guess, if you will, in a matchup like that.
That's a tough matchup to pull. Just a couple games in. The defending state champs, they're coming out. They want to. Usually we lost Big Red, as we call them, so that's a big loss for Oxford Hills, and got a lot of young kids that got some playing time, but it's still a big difference when you lose a key player like Andrew Fleming, so that is definitely a tough matchup to pull early in the season. Bet Coach Graffam kind of wished he would get them, which he probably will in the playoffs, but you kind of wish you pull a team that's as strong as Portland and is well coached with Coach Russo. Midway through or even after that Christmas break, just so your team, because with the high school season, the tryouts, you have really a week?
Yeah,
week and a half before you play your first game. So there's not this is controversial and everything of when they should start it or push it back and move seasons and all that, but only a week of practicing with a lot of young guys that are stepping up and will have to step up for the season is not a lot of time.
No, it really isn't. And, they kind of rush through some exhibition games. We'll probably talk more about that throughout the game. Oxford Hills and Windham. Of course, you can find the video stream online at mbr.org. We'll have more on the way. You listen to Maine's Big Z and the Ox, 96.9 AM 1450. It is the game of the week. Of course, we'll keep it right here. We'll be back on the radio side of thing in 3.5 minutes with the starting lineups in the national anthem. Actually, 4 minutes with the starting lineups in the national anthem on the radio side of things. This is the Sunday River Brewing Company pregame show on the video side of things. Check out their donut specials, check out their beer specials, check out their food specials online at SundayRiverBrewingCompany.com. You can also try the 5-pound burger challenge. I would probably not eat anything for a couple of days in advance on that.
I had the wings the last time, and I was tempted to go grab some. I think I told you and Tom about going to get one of those donuts, but I kind of stayed away from it.
It's so tough because you know what they do when you're walking through there? They actually put the donuts right by the bathroom. So it's like
so
you have to walk by it. You've got no choice.
Yes.
So yeah,
they really get you. You know, you have a few adult beverages, and then you're like, wow, look
and then
at
they're
that
like,
glazed donut.
Here's this giant cinnamon roll with
Yes.
a bunch of frosting on it.
Yes.
Let's see how that works.
Yeah, and they even do it to go.
Right, which is even
Oh, you
even
don't want
better.
it now? Just take it home.
And then, of course, I got the day-old donuts where they're like, here's this dozen for $5.
Yeah.
You know, oh, there's a deal.
Yeah.
You know. Again, Sunday River Brewing Company pregame show. I know you got some time coming up on this Christmas vacation. Make sure you get up to Bethel and check them out again 7 days a week, SundayRiverBrewingCompany.com. We're in the Mechanic Savings Bank broadcast booth. Matt Boutwell, John Gilson with you here at Oxford Hills High School. Oxford Hills and Windham boys basketball about to tip off here in just a couple of minutes. Of course, we will have more for you from around the state. Big night for high school basketball. Tuesday nights are typically pretty big. Friday nights also kind of big, although this Friday night might not be so much. If you are looking for other action out there, I know Mountain Valley is in action tonight over on 100.7. The Ox, Ryan Palmer on the call for that one. You can listen to the audio stream for that at mbr.org. We'll be back in action here on Thursday night. Again, Thursday night we'll have Cheverus and Oxford Hills girls. We'll see if the Oxford Hills girls remain unbeaten.
Do we have any girls that are close to 1,000 points?
You know, no.
Well, that's good.
I don't think we do.
Not good that we don't have.
Yeah. No, I totally understand where you're going with that. It is a good thing, and it is here too.
Yes,
so.
yes.
Luckily, nobody's on the cusp of greatness with their 1,000th point. Though it is weird. It's been weird to call girls' games this year without Tiana Sugars playing. It's been weird to call boys' games this year without Andrew Fleming playing.
Yes.
This is the first time ever that has happened since I've started doing these Oxford Hills games.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, and Tiana's doing very well, I believe, at Colby Sawyer. Is that what she is?
Yes.
So she's doing her mom post videos every game, so we get to see how well T's doing.
Yeah. Always good to see how everybody's doing. Good to see Dalton Rice before the game as well. There's going to be a little bit of a pregame ceremony as well honoring Terry Cram, I believe. Welcome back. Maine's Big Z, 92.7 The Ox, 96.9 AM, 1450. Video stream online at mbr.org is presented by OA. Let's let Jeff Benson take this for a second.
The member schools of the Kennebec Valley Athletic Conference thank you for your support of our schools, programs, and our student athletes. The administrators of the KVAC are committed to the promotion of good sportsmanship. It's a responsibility of all in attendance to respect the opposing fans, officials, coaches, and athletes. Your admission affords you the privilege to observe the contest, not to verbally abuse others. Please do not behave in a manner that will draw attention away from the court. Again, your support is truly appreciated. The best of luck to both teams. Your starting lineup for Windham. Number 3, Nicholas Curtis. Number 11, Hunter Coffin. Number 24, Michael Gilman. Number 30, Chris Brown. And number 31, Corey Hutchison. Starting tonight for Oxford Hills. Number 3, Cole Verrier. Number 11, Colton Carson. Number 20, Chris Sankier. Number 24, Yannick Luchka. 13, Matt Fleming. The head coach of Windham High, Chad Bolton, is assisted by Kyle Benner, Peter Brown, George McCrillis, Will Plummer, and James Clark. Head coach of Oxford Hills is Scott Graffin, is assisted by Joel Farrell, Shane Slicer, Pat Carson. Your officials for tonight's contest are Mr. LaFountain, Mr. Boyan, and Mr. Feltus. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, the Oxford Hills family lost one of our very dear and devoted bands this past weekend. Terry Cram was at every game, supporting our kids at every event. We asked today not to do a moment of silence in Terry's memory. What we're asking you to do is to rise. We're going to cheer for Terry Cram, and we're going to have a moment of joy. Please join us in the celebration as we celebrate Terry and his memory tonight. As we honor America and Terry as well with the playing of our national anthem.
Nice moment there. I like that. I like that better than the moment of silence. It's
Yes.
good, especially for someone who's a big fan, like Mr. Cram was. Mr. Gilson, I'll let you do the starters for Windham, in case folks didn't get them. Also because I want to catch up, because I already got the Oxford Hill starters.
For Windham, number 3, Nicholas Curtis. Number 11, Hunter Coffin. Number 24, Michael Gilman. Number 30, Chris Brown. And number 31, Corey Hutchinson.
All right, for Oxford Hills, Cole Verrier, Colton Carson, Matt Fleming, Chris St. Pierre, and Yannick Luxa. That Luxa decision was made before the game when Coach Graffam looked at Coach Ofiero and said, this guy or Luxa, and the guy said, and Coach Ofiero said Luxa. So that was the decision that was made there. Brown and Fleming will tip it off. Tip is won by Oxford Hills, and we are underway. Carson tracks it down. St. Pierre gets it over to Verrier. Verrier up top to Fleming. Fleming with a quick jumper, short, gets his rebound, goes back up with it, can't get it to go, gets his rebound again, goes back up with it, and gets a foul. Aggressive start for Matt Fleming.
Definitely, he came out strong, and what did he get? Two rebounds, and then went up to the end, one. Great ball screen by Luska to get him a nice kind of extended elbow jumper. He wasn't able to get it, but usually you don't see players follow their shot, but Matthew definitely followed his shot and was rewarded by that.
Probably had a performance in Portland he'd like to forget. Probably looking to continue the forward momentum. He hits a free throw, 3-0 Oxford Hills early, just underway here. Payne's Big Z 92.7, the Ox 96.9 AM 1450. The video stream at MBR.org. That's presented by OA. It's the Central Maine Community College Chamberlain Game of the Week. Elbow jumper is good. That's going to be Nick Curtis. 3-2 now. Oxford Hills with the lead over Windham. 7:20 remaining in the first quarter.
Looks like Windham was kind of doing a little bit of a dribble drive offense out of the gate.
Fleming over to Luxa. Up top, now to Verrier. Verrier puts it on the floor, stops, gets it over to Carson. Now to St. Pierre. St. Pierre will fire the three. Too strong, rebound Curtis. They look the other way. That'll be Hunter Coffin. He lays it up with a finger roll. Can't get it to go. Fleming and Carson fight for the rebound. Fleming will be credited with that one. That'll be his third rebound of the game. Try to get it down low for Luxa. Instead, it hits a cheerleader. And Brewster almost got taken out, but everybody's okay. Looks like everybody on the baseline safe. However, it is at Windham basketball. 6:53 remaining in the first quarter. Oxford Hills 3, Windham 2.
Brewster letting everybody know that he's fine.
Officials letting some physical contact go there. I was waiting for Verrier to get called for the reach-in foul. Looks like Oxford Hills in a man-to-man. Work it around on the side. That'll be Gilman. Over to Brown. Swing it back up top now to Curtis. Windham will reset. 6:30 remaining in the first quarter. 3-2 Oxford Hills over Windham. Just a minute. And you're getting a traveling call there on Curtis. Good, tough defense by Cole Verrier. And Coach Graffam also giving some good vibes to Colton Carson.
Yeah, Colton Carson definitely hedged that real. That ball screen was able to kind of stop the offensive player from moving, and in turn got to travel.
Fleming drives in, lays it up and in. 5-2, floater in the lane for Matt Fleming. Matt Fleming 5, Windham 2. 6:14 remaining in the first quarter. Curtis with it. Swings it over to Coffin. Coffin with the left hand, goes up, that'll be a travel. Wyndham, a little turnover action here to start.
This is the first high school game I've seen, and they are definitely allowing them to play a little bit. They probably could have got a hand-checking call there, but they didn't call it, which is good.
That's what we like to see. Fleming's going to take a three. No good. Rebound fought for, and it's going to go off of Gilman out of bounds. Again, cheerleaders safe. It'll be Oxford Hills basketball between the G and the S in Vikings.
All the Vikings players are crashing the board, which is what we like to see. As we saw Yannick, who's probably the smallest player on at least on the Oxford side, crashing the board.
Looks like they got an illegal screen here. I'm not sure who it's going to be on. I'm going to guess Carson.
Carson.
Yep. He's a tall sophomore. He's got to get a foul at some point.
Yeah.
5-2, first quarter. Oxford Hills leads Windham. 5:51 remaining in the quarter. Matt Beltwell, John Gilson with you here. Tyler Farnham on the camera. John Governale keeping us on the air. Back in Norway. Windham. Long three-pointer by Gilman is no good. They broke the pressure. Rebound Fleming. I believe that's his fourth rebound already. Verrier works behind the back. He's going to stop. Pop. No good. Rebound. Fought for into the hands of Gilman. Over to Curtis, and back the other way comes Windham.
Oxford Hills is getting their shots. They're just not knocking them down.
Luxa let Curtis go. Curtis goes all the way to the basket. Can't get it to go. Fleming with his fifth rebound. Move it over to St. Pierre. St. Pierre fires, strokes, rattles it home. And you got a foul. 8-2 Oxford Hills. Fouls on
Carson.
No, it's Windham basketball. Windham foul. And I believe the foul will be on Hutchison. So that'll be Wyndham's second foul. 8-2, 5:15 remaining in the first quarter. Verrier's going to inbound it. He does. Gets it to Carson in the corner. Hands it off. Fleming fires a three. No good. Rebound. Carson taps it out to Verrier. Verrier with it. Puts it on the floor. Luxa over to St. Pierre. Back to Verrier. Verrier gets his man in the air. Floats in. Nice pass to Luxa, but the ball spins around and he can't get it.
Tough pass. I don't think Luska was expecting it because there wasn't much of a hole for Verrier to throw it in there.
It's going to be tough for Luxa to be Luxa-ing for it. Nice pass there, but picked off by St. Pierre. Good defense so far from Oxford Hills. Luxa for three, no good. Rebound, fought for. Going to go off of Hutchison, and it'll be Oxford Hills basketball.
I don't know if that was the correct call,
but we'll take it. We will take it.
Yeah.
4:36 remaining in the first quarter. Oxford Hills leads Windham 8-2. Luxa had it, lost it, gets it back. Now to Verrier, now down low to Fleming, which is exactly where you like to see him. Working the inside-out game with Verrier. Three-pointer, no good. Carson with the offensive rebound. Swings it back up top to St. Pierre. He's going to fire the three. Too strong. Tapped around. Carson can't get a hold of it. And the rebound comes down to Brown.
team's not afraid to fire the basketball. Every open shot they get, there's no hesitation. It's going up.
Reminds me a little bit of the Celtics. They're going to shoot everything. They're either going to hit everything or they're going to miss everything, one or the other. Ball taken away as Gilman lost it to Carson. Verrier's going to get called for the offensive foul. Officials thought about it, stopped, and then they moved along.
That was the right call.
It was.
Verrier had, he probably should have passed that off. He had a little bit of a 2-on-1 going and decided to try to Euro step and Nicholas Curtis was kind of waiting for that Euro step and took that offensive foul.
Now Verrier's going to get, Nick Curtis is going to get an offensive foul on the push-off.
You usually don't see that call, and that's usually what you teach your offensive player to do is when you got somebody trailing you that's trying to get back, you try to get in front of them and slow your speed down and pick up that foul, which would have been 2 on Verrier, but we get an offensive foul called.
Fleming gets it, goes in, puts it down! That is not who you want open driving to the basket. Matt Fleming with an early dunk. It's 10-2 Oxford Hills, 3:40 remaining in the first quarter. Into the ball game is Bowl. Bowl on the baseline is going to get fouled, I believe, by Verrier. That'll be his second.
Bailed him out on that. That was he was kind of just chucking that up there on Oxford Hills. Bailed him out with a kind of a cheap foul. If Verrier would have just stayed straight up, that wouldn't have been a good shot.
10-2 Oxford Hills, 3:35 remaining in the first quarter. Bowl's free throw is good. One more remaining on that. Stay tuned at halftime for the Oxford Federal Credit Union Player Profile, brought to you by Oxford Federal Credit Union with offices in Norway and Mexico. Spencer Strong in the ball game. Verrier will have a seat with his 2 fouls. Ball's second free throw rolls around and in. 10-4 Oxford Hills. Over Windham, 3:30 remaining in the first quarter. Strong gets it over the timeline. Strong drives baseline, and hand check foul is going to be called on Curtis. That'll be his second.
There's the hand check call.
There, you were asking for it, Mr. Gilson, and there it is.
Coach Pulkinen has the right to argue that call, as it hasn't been called for the whole first quarter. So now his starting point guard, picks up his second.
Inbound it to Fleming, up at the top of the key. He takes one big step, tries to get it going. And that'll be a blocking foul. The defender wasn't set. A lot of Windham fans were upset by that, but he wasn't set. His feet weren't set. So.
And that's just a bad foul because Matt was actually going away from the hoop. He wasn't going towards the hoop, and they tried picking up a charge, and Matt was either going to have to throw something up or find a defender while in the air.
They inbound it to Carson. Fleming gets the ball back. Now gets it down low to Carson. Nice post move. Puts it on the floor, goes up with it, can't get it to go. Luxa
picks up the foul.
He's going to get called for a loose ball foul.
Great move by Carson. That was kind of like a fake one way, go the other.
Definitely what you want to see there. And I assume with experience, he'll start to get to the finishing stage a little bit more.
Yeah. But square the body and go up to the hoop and use that backboard.
Curtis with it. Gets it back. And he's going to call for steps. 3:03 remaining in the first quarter. 10-4 Oxford Hills with a lead over Windham. Boys basketball action on Central Maine Community College Chairman of the Game of the Week on Maine's Big Z, 92.7, the Ox, 96.9 AM, 1450. Video stream on MBR.org is presented by OA. We're in the Mechanic Savings Bank broadcast booth. Luxa, nice little shot fake, swings it over. St. Pierre's wide open for 3 on the side. In and out, no good. Rebound, Carson up with it and in. Nice play by Colton Carson to make it 12-4 Vikings. Windham back the other way. That's Gilman with it. And you got a hand check foul called on the other end.
3 new officials. I haven't seen these 3 ever. So it's
so far so good.
That's some new blood.
Yeah, I like that.
No Terry Ricker tonight. He must be.
Didn't see any Jerry Norton either.
No. Skip Capone. I seen him the other night at the college.
Curtis with it, swings into the corner for Gilman. Gilman fires away for 3, hits it, nothing but net. 12-7 now. The Oxford Hills lead down to 5. St. Pierre to Fleming. Fleming fires from deep, no good. Rebound fought for into the hands of Curtis. A little Steph Curry to that one, I think. Curtis down low. They swing it out. That'll be a long three by Coffin. No good. Rebound fought for on the floor. Fleming ends up with it. Foul's going to be called. I believe that's going to be called on Brown. And with the smack of the ground there by Brown, I believe that'll be the case. Yep, that would be the one. 2:10 remaining in the first quarter. Oxford Hills 12, Windham 7. Fleming, Strong, Luxa, Record, and Carson in there for Oxford Hills. Strong with it. Over to Record. To Fleming now. Fleming on the floor with the left hand, and you're going to have another blocking foul there. That'll be on Nazari Henderson. And Oxford Hills almost in the bonus. You know, I didn't think that many fouls have been called, but here they are already in the bonus, shooting the one-on-one with a minute 57 remaining in the first quarter.
A lot of off-the-ball fouls and non-shooting fouls.
Fleming hit his first free throw. Doesn't hit this one. Too strong. Rebound comes down to Curtis. Almost picked off. They get it down low to Henderson. He lays it up. Too strong. Bowl with a rebound. Fought for. Taken away by Fleming. He gets a rebound. Luxa gets it into the front court. Over to Fleming. Fleming puts it on the floor. Between the legs to Luxa. Wasn't expecting it. Ball goes on the floor, and Coffin with the loose ball. Over to Curtis. A minute 30 remaining in the first half. 12-7 Oxford Hills over Windham. Boys basketball here on the Ox. And Maine's Big Z 92.7. They get it to Bowl with the left hand. He has to track it down. Nazari Henderson with it on the baseline. Picks it up, gets it up top to Curtis. Curtis being guarded by Luxa. Crossover. And they're going to call a kick ball.
I thought they called a foul.
I thought that's what was going to happen there too. I was edging for it, but no, what didn't happen. Coffin will inbound, gets it to Gilman. Gilman with the left hand. He's being guarded by Record. Little pull-up jumper by Gilman, no good. Rebound fought for into the hands of Carson. Strong up ahead. Oxford Hills does not have numbers. Strong gets it to Carson. He'll take a pull-up jumper. In and out, no good. Record with the foul as he's going to run in over the back of Hunter Coffin.
Coach Grafton saying not foul. I'd like to see the players crashing, though. You pick up a foul, you pick up a foul. I'd rather see him pick up the foul than not crash the board and sit and watch people rebound. So, he is a young player, so he'll learn when to crash hard and kind of avoid those fouls.
Under a minute remaining in the first quarter. 12-7. Oxford Hills with the lead. Curtis for three. Nothing but net up at the top of the key. And for a quarter that it seemed like Oxford Hills had dominated for most of it, Windham only down by 2. 40 seconds remaining in the quarter. Fleming, not set, shot, no good. Rebound comes down to Coffin.
Yeah, that's kind of a quick shot that you don't want. You want to get your offense moving.
And you're going to get a foul called there. Hoop. And the bucket. Bucket is good.
We're tied at 12. They gave him the bucket?
They did give him the bucket.
Wow.
It took a little bit. There was some continuation there, but Windham has a chance to take the lead here as Nick Curtis goes to the line with 31.8 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Both teams in the one-on-one bonus. Free throw's good. Windham takes the lead.
It's going to be a long second quarter.
Well, this game did start 15 minutes early, and in the words of the immortal Randy Whitehouse, something will happen to offset this good fortune of the game starting early. Turnover there by Strong.
You got to call that.
And Nazari Henderson with a strong elbow to Fleming. Fleming looked at the official and didn't get the call he wanted, and Windham will take a timeout. We'll take a timeout as well. Windham leads Oxford Hills 13-12. It's the Central Maine Community College Hammond Lumber Game of the Week video stream presented by OA. Of course, we'll keep it right here. A reminder to folks that the pregame show is brought to you by Sunday River Brewing Company. Find out more for them online. Donuts, drinks, and breakfast and dinner menus at SundayRiverBrewingCompany.com. Affordable Water Treatment of Maine. Maine Radon Pro is our timeout sponsor. They offer water treatment and radon air mitigation services. Just one call. They treat it all. They're online at AffordableWaterTreatmentofMaine.com. Moody's Collision Center with 11 locations in Maine. You better take it to Moody's online at Moody'sCollision.com. We're in the Mechanic Savings Bank broadcast booth. Visit them online at MechanicSavingsBank.com. Welcome back. On the radio side of things, Matt Beltwell, John Gelson with you here. Central Maine Community College Hammond Lumber Game of the Week. Oxford Hills, Windham. 15 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Wyndham leads 13-12. Oxford Hills was up 12-2. This is 11-0 run by Wyndham. Curtis being guarded by Luxa. 7 seconds, 6 seconds. Curtis, crossover, gets it down low to Bowl. Blocked by Fleming with a left hand. He doesn't get it away before the buzzer sounds, but a nice, solid defensive stand there by the Vikings to end the quarter. 11-0 run to end the quarter by Wyndham. We'll take a minute break, and we'll come back with second quarter action. Wyndham 13, Oxford Hills 12. It's boys basketball on Maine's Big Z 92.7, the Ox 96.9 AM 1450. Video stream online at mbr.org. Of course, that video stream is brought to you by OA. Their Ortho Access Clinic is open 6 days a week. Find out hours online at orthoaccess.com. Matt Beltwell, John Gilson with you here in the inside the Oxford Hills Comprehensive High School. If it's we're nothing but not comprehensive.
Oh, hey, that's kind of big for them to be open 6 days a week.
Yeah, it is, especially when folks get injured on Friday.
Yeah,
that happens quite a bit.
People always have to go to the emergency room, and that's not cheap. So
no,
I'd rather pay $20, $30 copay to go to OA than I think my copay is like $100 to go to the emergency room.
Oh yeah, when I go to the emergency room, they're like, here, we'll take that $150 now, please.
Yeah.
13-12, Wyndham with the lead over Oxford Hill. Start of the second quarter. It's the Central Maine Community College Hammond Lumber Game of the Week. Turnover as Curtis tried to get down low to Gilman, but Fleming picked it away. His pass goes out of bounds. Cam Slicer got warmed up there and out of bounds. We Wyndham basketball. 13-12, Wyndham with the lead. Oxford Hills led 12-2 in the first quarter. Wyndham was on an 11-0 run.
Colvary was quiet in that first half. He didn't have a bucket.
Had a couple of fouls as well, so we'll see if he gets going here. Try to get it down low to Bowles. It's going to go out of bounds, and they'll say it remains with Wyndham.
I don't know if he can dunk or what, but they keep trying to throw that. It's not really the greatest alley-oop, or if that's a play, but he's always running to the hoop.
He's got some ups. He does not look like he's going to graze the bottom of the rim when he jumps. Let's put it that way. And by that, I mean the bottom of the net. Curtis, long three, rattles out, no good. Rebound fought for into the hands of Henderson. He gets to go. It's a 13-0 run for Wyndham. They lead Oxford Hills 15-12. Verrier, St. Pierre up the top of the key, now to Fleming. Fleming with it. Posts up Henderson, little hook shot, no good. Rebound fought for on the floor. Fleming ends up with it. Nice defensive play there by Luxa to get it back for Oxford Hills. Verrier waits for a screen from Fleming, drives in, kicks it over. That'll be Slicer. Now back to Verrier. Verrier back to Slicer. Slicer swings it up top St. Pierre. He's going to fire from Hebron. Short rebound, fought for, and Luke's is not going to be able to get there in time. Oxford Hills has hit a drought, the likes of which we haven't seen for this summer. 15-12, Wyndham over Oxford Hills. 6:55 remaining in the first half.
Oxford Hills is kind of not running an offense there. They're just kind of passing the ball on the top of the key, and then the first 3-point shot that they get, that's even somewhat open, and the ball's going up. So, you're Oxford Hills or Coach Graffman, you want to make sure that you're running the offense. 3-pointers, you get those all day. So you want to really do the inside-out game, get some people slashing to the hoop, and then kick the ball back out for those wide open threes.
There was a foul called, so Curtis goes to the line. He hits the first free throw. 16-12 now. Wyndham on a 14-0 run since Oxford Hills is up 12-2. Curtis waits for the second one. That is good. 17-12 now. Coach Graff is going to take a quick timeout. We'll take a quick timeout as well. We'll be back on the Central Maine Community College Hammond Lumber Game of the Week. Video stream online at mbr.org is presented by OA. We'll be right back. Of course, we'll keep it right here on the video side of things. Reminder, the Oxford Federal Credit Union player profile will be coming up at halftime. That's where we profile a player from this team and tell you what their favorite food is, maybe what their favorite subject is, favorite NBA team, and their most memorable basketball experience. You never know what you're going to find on one of the Oxford Federal Credit Union player profiles. Of course, that's brought to you by Oxford Federal Credit Union with offices in Norway and Mexico.
I think I heard, I was listening to you guys the last game, that Eastman's going to the Air Force?
Yeah. That was news to me. Here we are. Oxford Hills out of the timeout. Fleming gets double teamed. They get it over to Luxa. Back over to Fleming. Fleming drives baseline, goes up. Floater hits it. Snaps a 15-0 run. Oxford Hills now down 3, 17-14. 6:30 remaining in the first half.
Got some great ball movement, as I spoke of. And they got, passed the ball around and went to the hoop. And Fleming was able to get a kind of a floater.
And you have a Petcher illegal screen. He was not happy with the call, but no one who ever gets called for an illegal screen is happy with the call. I don't think anyone has ever come back and said, I'm okay with this. Not a big deal. No big deal. It was totally fine.
Even Polkinen is a little upset with it.
St. Pierre with a crossover. Swings back over to Luxa. Now to Fleming. Fleming up top. Waits for the screen, gets it to Luxa. Beautiful ball movement down low to Carson. 17-16. Windham with a 1-point lead, 6:05 remaining in the first half.
I was getting ready to say you got to pass the ball quicker, as we see Fleming pass it down to Lutzka, and he kind of just played hot potato to Colton, and Colton was able to get an easy layup.
Slice is going to call for a hand check foul. Coach Graffin would like the 5-second call.
Asking, are you counting?
Must be what it is. Must be.
Coach Graffam, you can tell when he's got the officials. They sit there and talk with him, and instead of continuing to play, he's over there saying, "Well, I guess I might have should have counted."
Curtis's first free throw is good. At least he's calm about it. He's with the laissez-faire approach at this point.
You just gotta count, he says.
Curtis doing well from the line, 19-16. Windham retakes a 3-point lead, 5:55 remaining in the first half over Oxford Hills. St. Pierre with it, almost lost it, got it back, got it over to Fleming. Fleming being guarded by Henderson. Henderson takes it away. Ball on the floor.
That's a travel.
And they're going to call a jump ball. They called the jump ball before the travel, and it'll remain Oxford Hills basketball. Wasn't quite sure what they were going to do there. Fisher's going to talk some things over. Guess they're checking him for blood or talking to Matt Fleming. What was that all about?
Henderson said that Matt Fleming had blood all over him, and the official checked, and now he's going out.
Huh. Interesting.
So I don't know if Fleming's mouth is bleeding maybe, or a scratch on his face. I'm not exactly sure.
Whatever it is. But Oxford Hills have to play without Fleming for a moment. That's not what you want if you're a Vikings fan.
Looks like the trainer's brushing it off his jersey.
St. Pierre for three, no good. Fought for. Luxa with a rebound. Back to St. Pierre. Stops, pops. Can't get that one to go. Foul on the floor.
33.
That'll be on Petcher, senior center.
Maybe it wasn't on him.
Looks like Jillian Burrell still cleaning Fleming off.
Foul was actually on McGowan.
They're going to try to get him back into the game as soon as possible, it looks like. Fleming's going to go back to the scoring table and come back into the ball game before any more can change. Luxa hits the first free throw. It's 19-17. Windham with a 2-point lead over Oxford Hills. 5:29 remaining in the first half. And that free throw hits the back iron and drops down. 19-18, Windham up by 1. 5:25 remaining in the first half. Central Bank Community College Champion Game of the Week on Maine's Big Z 92.7. The Ox 96.9 and AM 1450. Video stream worldwide at MBR.org. Petcher got away with a little bit of a travel. Brown got away with a travel. Gets it down low to Petcher. Can't get it to go. Petcher gets the offensive rebound. He will get fouled by Carson, and Petcher will go to the line. Windham with a chance to extend their 1-point lead. 5:14 remaining in the first half. Windham leads Oxford Hills 19-18.
I think that was on Carson, which is his second. So Oxford Hills starting to get a little bit of foul trouble here with just a couple minutes gone in the second quarter.
Free throw is good. Now 20-18. Petcher waiting at the line, hits it. Lots of free throw shooting between these two squads. 5:10 remaining in the first half. Luxa with it, goes up, offensive foul.
He was camped out for days there.
He jumped. When he jumped, I mean, Curtis was like there. He actually set up a small tent, some tables. He was ready to get crashed into. 21-18, Oxford Hills trails Windham. 5:09 remaining in the first half.
If you're Lutska, you kind of want to just jump stop there and lay it up.
Gilman with the basketball. Gets it over the timeline. Over to Curtis. Luxa has 2 fouls now. Gilman fires a 3. Looks good. Is good. That's a second one from the same side. Windham brings it back up to a 6-point lead. Carson over to Fleming. Fleming waits for a screen. Instead, a little hook shot around the rim. Can't get it to go down. Petcher with a rebound. Curtis, Gilman. Foul on Carson. That'll be his third. Gilman to go to the line to shoot 2. 4:33 remaining in the first half. Windham 24, Oxford Hills 18. First free throw is good. Into the ball game comes Strong. Also Slicer. Carson with his 3 fouls will have a seat. Garrett Record will also have a seat. Second free throw is good. Oxford Hills trails Windham 26-18. Coach Grafham's going to take a full timeout. We'll take a timeout as well. We'll be right back on Maine's Big Z 92.7 of the Ox, 96.9 AM 1450. Video stream at MBR.org. We'll be right back. Of course, a reminder to folks watching on the video stream that the video stream is presented by OA. The Ortho Access Clinic is open 6 days a week for sprains, strains, or pain. Find them online at orthoaccess.com. .433 remaining in the first half. Windham leads Oxford Hills 26-18 in the Central Maine Community College Ham and Lumber Game of the Week. The video stream is presented by OA. We're in the Mechanic Savings Bank broadcast booth. The Oxford Hills basketball. Maine's Big Z 92.7, the Ox 96.9 AM 1450. On the baseline is Slicer. He gets it over to Strong. He fires a 3, no good. Rebound fought for off of Curtis out of bounds. It will remain Oxford Hills Viking basketball. 4:19 remaining in the first half. Windham 26, Oxford Hills 18.
Oxford Hills doesn't have a lot of height this year, huh?
Not a ton of height. I think they could definitely use some extra practice time instead of playing a game every 3 days, but here we are. Fleming goes up against the double team, puts it up and in, 26-20 now. Vikings down by 6.
That Fleming is listed as 6'5".
He is tall. Offensive, blocking foul on St. Pierre. Strong pulled him away. He's like, no, just let it go, man. Just let it go. Curtis will go to the line and shoot. Tough call on St. Pierre.
2 on him. I mean, the whole team's got 2 fouls.
I'm not sure how many fouls have been called in this half, but quite a few, which usually means is the first free throw does not go down.
Bavaria with 2, St. Pierre with 2, Carson with 3, Yannick with 2.
Second free throw is good, 1 of 2 at the line for Coffin. 27-20, Windham with the lead over Oxford Hills. Luxa with it, gets cut off, gets it to Fleming. Fleming being guarded by Gilman. He's going to go strong to the right, gets double team cut off, kicks it back out to Slicer. Up top to Strong, into the corner for Slicer. Looking to get it down low for Fleming. He's going to be triple team. Back over to Slicer, now to Fleming in the high post. Fleming, left hand. Shot's no good. Rebound fought for on the floor, loose ball. Everybody on it. It'll be Windham basketball. 3:26 remaining in the first half. Windham 27, Oxford Hills 20. Curtis with the basketball over the timeline. Guarded by Slicer behind the back. Nice play by Curtis. Off the glass, no good. Tipped around. Rebound. Goes off of Fleming as Petcher knocks it off him. Heady play there by Petcher.
And that's where, if you're Oxford Hills and your average height is 5'6", you got to really box out, find your man. You can't try to out-jump your opponent if he's got 4 or 5 inches on you.
Curtis with it. Pull up. Hits it. 29-20 Windham with a 9-point lead. 3 minutes remaining in the first half. Strong waits for a screen, so gets it up top to Slicer, now to St. Pierre. St. Pierre to Fleming in the high post. To Slicer, into the corner for Strong. Strong with the left hand. Now up top to Slicer, back over to Luxa. Fleming in the high post, can't get it to go. Rebound Curtis.
Curtis has got 15 of the 30 points.
Get it back to Gilman. Curtis to Gilman, can't get it to go. Rebound fought for Petcher. Petcher will get called for the foul. And it'll be Oxford Hills basketball.
Shooting 2, right?
Should be
That's
shooting
not
2.
Offensive.
Should be shooting 2. Rangeley girls going to win 37-31 over Valley.
Do they play doubleheaders in Class D? Is that what they do?
They do play some. They do play some doubleheaders up there. A lot of boys and girls doubleheaders going on. Fleming will go to the line. First free throw's no good. Can't miss those. 29-20. Windham with the lead. Oxford Hills led 12-2. It's a 27-8 scoring run here for Windham, and Fleming misses both from the free throw line. Curtis with a rebound. Picking up the defensive pressure. Just got it over the timeline. Coffin with it, up top to Curtis. 2:10 remaining in the first half. Curtis with it, crossover, into the lane. Petcher swings it over. Coffin from the corner for 3, nailed it. Windham doing everything they want offensively since they got off to the slow start. 32-20, they lead Oxford Hills. Foul's going to be called as Brown gets Strong. That'll send Strong to the line to shoot a pair with 1:52 remaining in the first half.
Defensively, Oxford Hills, they're not moving their feet, and it's allowing Windham to kind of just go right by them, which then makes a defender have to step up, and then you're leaving. You have cutters coming in for easy layups. You have people on the outside for the three-point shot. So Oxford Hills is really going to focus on that defensive slides, cut their man off. They're just going right by him with ease. So kind of got to work on that defensive end because it's really breaking down their defense once, that guard's getting by that first level of defense.
Also going to make free throws. It's 3 in a row Oxford Hills has missed. Strong second free throw, it goes down. 32-21, Windham with the lead. We'll get you scores at halftime from around the state. We'll get you the Oxford Federal Credit Union player profile at halftime as well. Record to Bowl, gets tapped away. They went for that alley-oop again. Fleming saves it before it goes out of bounds to Luxa.
Timeout.
Luxa gets it to St. Pierre. Now the ball's all over the place. St. Pierre's going to go up, tries to get it to Bowl. Bowl with it. And you're going to get a foul called on Slicer. Down on the other end. Into the line will go Coffin. 1:30 remaining in the first half. Nothing good happened on that possession, John. Nothing. Nothing good was happening there.
Just got to shake my head.
Yeah, it was just one of those deals where you wake up in the morning, your alarm's late, there's no hot water in the shower, the car doesn't start. That's what that entire possession was. They spilled their coffee. I mean, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah, that wasn't a good possession.
It was all rushed, and that happens. They start getting panicky, and then all of a sudden the ball gets thrown around.
They threw it up again to Bowl. So they were looking for
Windham
that big
saves
play.
it. Gilman for 3, no good. Fleming with a rebound. Fleming and Henderson going at it. Slicer had it for a second, now to St. Pierre. 32-21, Windham with a lead over Oxford Hills. Fleming with it on the elbow. Goes in, off the glass, and the foul. Oxford Hills going to get back into this one. Matthew Fleming's going to have to score some buckets in a hurry, and he just did there. 32-23, Oxford Hills, a minute 9 remaining in the first half. He'll go to the line with a chance of the old-fashioned three-point play. Free throw's good. Gets it within 8. Curtis with the left hand. Has it, pulls up, short, rebound Slicer. Slicer tries to get it up ahead, too strong, but it's picked away. Back the other way comes Coffin. He lays it up and in. St. Pierre did everything he could there not to foul. Back up to a 10-point lead for Windham. Jumper, hit it. Garrett Record, back the other way. 34-26, Windham with an 8-point lead. 35 seconds remaining in the first half.
Need a big stop here going into the half. Get their momentum on your way. Turnover with a layup would be nice.
Coffin with it, center court. Now he's going to dribble it up to the top of the key, inside the top of the key. Over to Bowl now. Bowl hands it off to Coffin. Back up top to Curtis. 20 seconds remaining in the first half. 34-26, Windham over Oxford Hills. Boys basketball action on Maine's Big Z 92.7 and the Ox 96.9 AM 1450. Curtis tries to go around Slicer. Instead, will continue to work time. 10 seconds, 9 seconds, 8 seconds, 7 seconds. Curtis, crossover, kicks it into the corner. Hand check foul will be called on Slicer. Stops the clock with 5.2 seconds remaining in the first half, and Windham and Curtis will go to the line to shoot 2.
If you're Slicer, I don't know why you're way out up there. He's not going to shoot from half court. My decision would be to just, one step in from the three-point line, let him dribble out there. You're not going to do anything but foul up there, and just stay back, make him do his move. Curtis hasn't been really driving. He's been kind of taking 1 or 2 dribbles and taking a jumper, so you really got to be ready for that.
Slicer sits down. Both free throws are missed. 4 seconds, 3 seconds. They get it to Verrier. Verrier lets it go, but Bowl blocked it. Tough to shoot over Bowl. I'm not quite sure how tall he is. I'm going to guess at least 6'3". And he's got some wingspan. Jay Billis would tell you that, too. 34-26. Windham leads Oxford Hills. Oxford Hills led 12-2. Windham has answered back with a flurry. Oxford Federal Credit Union player profile on the way. More on the way as well. You're listening to the Central Maine Community College Hammond Lumber Game of the Week on Maine's Big Z 92.7, the Ox 96.9 AM 1450. Video stream at MBR.org is presented by OA. We'll be right back. Of course, we'll keep things here for halftime. The Oxford Federal Credit Union player profile brought to you by Oxford Federal Credit Union. I did not get a 50-50 ticket tonight, so.
You would have won.
I might have. I only played the big ones, like
the Lobster Bowl.
Like the Lobster Bowl, or like Chevers Thornton Academy football, things like that. That's when you want to play the 50-50.
Have you ever seen the 50-50 at that Shriners Festival of Lights or Festival of Trees or whatever?
No.
That's like $20,000.
I don't know what I would do with
they
that.
They have to give like a W-2 for the person that wins it. I have a Shriner that I work with.
See, I couldn't get lucky enough to win that one. That would be nice.
The odds. I mean, they have a 50-gallon drum that they have full of tickets.
Oh, that's a big drum. We'll go over some scoring for you at the half when we get back on the radio side of things. Of course, the video stream can be found at mbr.org. It can also be found on YouTube, so if you're at home and you want to watch us on your TV, just pull up your YouTube app and subscribe to MBR Sport. You'll get a live notification every time we go live, and then you can watch it on your home video device or on your tablet. I've actually got a tablet here that I'm using, and as soon as we went live, it notified me that we were live, so I could come in and check everything out. So it's that easy. You can find it. Just look for MBR Sport on YouTube. Timeouts, of course, are brought to you by Affordable Water Treatment of Maine. Just one call. They treat it all. Find them online at affordablewatertreatmentofmaine.com. They take care of radon and air mitigation services for you. Our lineups earlier today were brought to you by Maine Athletic Fundraising. They're the right choice for your fundraising needs. No risk, no upfront costs, no minimums. Find out how they can help you today at maineaf.com. Pre-game show is brought to you by Sunday River Brewing Company. They're open 7 days a week, starting at 6 a.m. By their beer, breakfast, and dinner menus online at SundayRiverBrewingCompany.com. MBR.org is Maine's best resource for sports. Find daily scores, live and on-demand video and audio, including of this game. And support your team at MBR.org, Maine's best resource for sports. Moody's Collision Center. Moody's with 11 locations in Maine. You better take it to Moody's, online at moodyscollision.com. We're in the Mechanic Savings Bank broadcast booth. Visit them online at mechanicsavingsbank.com. It is the MBR Game of the Week, presented by OA. The Ortho Access Clinic in Portland is Maine's first urgent care walk-in clinic for immediate assessment and treatment of sports and activity-related injuries. Open 6 days a week for hours. Visit orthoaccess.com. Couple minutes remaining here before we hop back on. Actually, 30 seconds before we're back on the radio side of things. And then we'll give you the Auction Federal Credit Union player profile. And we're about to go live in 5 seconds. Welcome back. Central Maine Community College Hammond Lumber Game of the Week on Maine's Big Z 92.7. The Ox 96.9 at AM 1450. Video stream worldwide at MBR.org. That's presented by OA. Halftime between Windham and Oxford Hills. Boys basketball action. Windham leads 34-26 over Oxford Hills. Get you a little scoring in a minute. Auction Federal Credit Union player profile is brought to you by Auction Federal Credit Union with offices in Norway and Mexico. Find them online at ofcu4u.com. Yannick Luxa will be today's player profile. He's a guard. He's graduating in 2019. His favorite food is cheeseburgers. I can get behind that. Favorite subject's math. Good for him. I don't know the new math nowadays. It's confusing to me. Try to help the kids once. Bad times.
Yeah.
Favorite NBA team is the Celtics. Favorite NBA player is Paul George. Maybe Paul George can leave the Pacers and go to the Celtics. That would make some dreams come true. Most memorable basketball experience going undefeated from 7th grade to 9th grade. His plans after graduation are to attend college. Oxford Federal Credit Union player profile is brought to you by Oxford Federal Credit Union with offices in Norway and Mexico. Find them online at ofcu4u.com. Of course, stay tuned at the end of the game for the Bessie Motors player of the game. Winner of that one will get a personal pizza to Doe's out on Route 26.
Yannick is a great baseball player, too.
Very good baseball player. Him and the rest of the Tri-County All-Stars actually came on the Breakfast Club in the offseason. Talked about shirtless batting practice because people were scouting who was hitting what during batting practice. So they had him take off the batting practice, the jerseys, so that they couldn't tell what number they were to figure out what to pitch them.
Really?
Yeah. All sorts of stuff going on in those tournaments. You never know what's going to happen in a Babe Ruth tournament. Do you have the scoring for the first half, Mr. Gilson?
Sure, I didn't add it up, but we can do quick math.
If only Yannick was here to help us.
For Windham, Zach Petcher with 2, Michael Gilman with 8, Bowl with 2, Hunter Coffin with 6, Nazari Henderson with 2, and Nicholas Curtis with 14.
Wow.
For the Vikings, Yannick has 2, Chris St. Pierre has 3, Colton Carson has 4, Garrett Record has 2, Spencer Strong has 2, and Fleming has 14.
All right. 34-26, Windham with the lead over Oxford Hills here at halftime. Scores from around the area. Boys basketball. Portland leads Lewiston 45-19 at the half. Coney, after one quarter of play, leads Hampton Academy 17-11. Falmouth leads Brunswick 17-10 after one quarter of play. And we'll get you some other scores in a little bit. Actually, after 3 quarters in girls basketball, Brunswick leading Falmouth 41-24. And late in the first half, Boothbay leads Lisbon in boys basketball 24-15. Also, Gorham leads Greeley 35-30. Late in the first half there. Also, after one quarter of play, Lewiston leads Portland 25-7 in girls basketball action. Girls basketball action, more girls basketball action. Edward Little over Cheverus 37-34. That is a final. And we'll have more scores for you on the way. You are listening to the Central Maine Community College Hammond Lumber Game of the Week on Maine's Big Z 92.7, the Ox 96.9 and AM 1450. Video stream online presented by OA at mbr.org. We'll be back in 3 minutes for the second half. 3 minutes for the second half. We'll be right back. Of course, we'll keep it here for the video stream, which is live worldwide at mbr.org.
Non-stop action.
Non-stop action. You get all sorts of bonus stuff when you're
Subscribe to
on the you subscribe to the
MBR
YouTube channel.
YouTube.
That's it. MBR Sport. York boys lead Mount Ayr at 49-34 in the fourth quarter.
That's over.
Halftime in Falmouth, boys basketball. Falmouth leads Brunswick 28-19. At the half, Gorham and Greeley for boys basketball. Gorham leads 39-37. Trying to look through some other scores, and you know, it's so funny when I watch, when I get the scores from Twitter during basketball season. It's not nearly as comprehensive for folks as it is during football season. I don't know if they just go with it, or there seems to be not quite as many.
I think there's a lot of downtime in football.
That's the other thing too. Madison boys basketball. Madison over Wiscasset 36-29. MCI, after 3 quarters of play, leads Erskine Academy 36-35. Of course, you can check out the game on 100.7 The Ox. Mountain Valley is in action over there.
Who are they playing?
That's a good question.
Had to ask her.
Yeah, you'd have to ask me. Now I got to look it up on MBR. I want to say Booth Bay, but, you know, I could be wrong on that. So let me just double check to make sure that it's right.
I didn't think you were ever wrong.
I am on occasion. Not often. Very rarely. Yep, it is actually Telstar at Mountain Valley. Telstar at Mountain Valley boys basketball. That's on 100.7 The Ox.
Kinsey Durgan's alma mater.
Yes. Todd Wing's alma mater, too. Of course,
Really?
both of them, from Deering. I think they both scored 1,000 points, right? Both
Durgan, yeah.
Yep, I know Wing did, too, because we went up there to do a game a couple
Wing
years ago.
scored 1,000 points?
Yeah, up there. Sure did.
Did they have, banana baskets or whatever they had back then?
The peach baskets,
Peach
maybe?
baskets.
That's exactly what happened back then.
I didn't even know they could count that high back then. That school is pretty old, though.
It is. It's been a while.
I'm surprised they haven't built a $70 million school up there.
At some point. They got to wait for that ski money to come through. Just underway here in the second half. Oxford Hills basketball to start. And Windham will tie up Fleming. It'll be Windham basketball to start things up. Fleming wants the foul because he said he got him on the arm. Official did not see it that same way. 34-26, start of the second half here at Oxford Hills High School. Windham with the lead. Maine's Big Z 92.7, the Ox 96.9 AM 1450. Windham leads Oxford Hills 34-26 in boys basketball action. Central Maine Community College Chairman Lumber Game of the Week. The video stream presented by OA and can be found at mbr.org. We're in the Mechanics Savings Bank broadcast booth. Windham works it around the perimeter. Coffin into the paint, up, left hand, high off the glass, can't get it to go. Rebound comes down to Hutchison. He lost it. St. Pierre with it. Offensive foul. Curtis was set and waiting for that one, and St. Pierre lowered the shoulder and went right into him. And all Coach Graffam can do is look up at the ceiling and close his eyes.
The Euro step isn't working tonight.
Yes.
Curtis knows that everybody Euro steps now, and he's just setting up for it.
First foul on Oxford Hills. Curtis goes up, blocked by Carson. Windham wanted a foul, didn't get it. Verrier with it. He's going to look to be aggressive, and another offensive foul.
That's 3.
Verrier didn't get rid of it in time.
I know if I'm Coach Graffam, I know the one thing I would be starting practice with, and that would be jump stops. She can't run through players.
That'll be Verrier's 4th foul.
It's 4th. I didn't realize he had 4. I thought that was his 3rd.
Hutchison for 3, no. Rebound Carson. Gets it to Verrier. Record with the basket, waiting to get in. Fleming passes it off to St. Pierre. Shot's no good. Rebound Hutchison. St. Pierre almost reached in for a ticky-tack foul. Didn't get it. St. Pierre now on Gilman. Gilman hands it off to Brown. Up top, Coffin to Hutchison. Looking to get it to Curtis. Now swings it over up top to Brown, who gets it to Coffin. Back to Coffin, who gets it down to the paint to Hutchison. Nice give and go action. Good ball movement by Windham. 36-26 Eagles.
Can't get much better than that if you're Windham. Pass the ball around until you get a wide open layup, and that's what they did.
Verrier to Strong, now to Fleming. Back up top to Strong, now to St. Pierre. Verrier still in there with 4 fouls. He's got to be careful. Strong fires a 3 from the top of the key. Hits it. Much needed by Oxford Hills. Spencer Strong makes it 36-29 Windham now. Coffin for 3, too strong. Rebound Fleming. Baseball pass out to St. Pierre. Thought about passing it, thought about shooting it. Instead hands it off to Fleming. He fires a 3. It's good. It's right in the face of Gilman. Back-to-back threes for Oxford Hills. And they cut it to a 4-point Windham lead. 5:30 remaining in the third quarter, regardless of what the scoreboard says. It says fourth quarter on the scoreboard. That is wrong. Curtis, pull up, too strong. Rebound, St. Pierre. Foul called on Gilman.
Officials are calling it tight.
Calling it tight both ways now. Not quite as tight here in the second.
It's like Windham's going to pick up full court.
Record into the ball game, the 5'9" sophomore. He's going to come in for Verrier, who's going to have a seat with 4 fouls.
Oh,
Wonder when you see Verrier again.
Nope. They're giving it to Windham?
This is going to be Windham basketball? Interesting.
That's Oxford Hills basketball.
That was Oxford Hills basketball as well. Okay. And that foul's on St. Pierre. That'll be his 4th foul. That's what they called it on. Coach Graffam wants to know what's going on. They have St. Pierre on the board with 4 fouls. They called the foul on Oxford Hills. It's Windham basketball. Nobody knew what was going on.
So 2 starters for Oxford Hills. Chris St. Pierre, Cole Verrier have 4 fouls.
In the third quarter. This is not what you're looking for if you're an Oxford Hills fan.
Got to play defense with your feet, not your hands.
Gilman had it, lost it. Into the hands of Carson. Back the other way comes Oxford Hills. Strong. Record. Down low to Carson, and he couldn't hit it. It's too wide open, I guess. Thought he could have thrown it down. Instead, he tried to lay it up and missed everything. Timeout for Windham. Chad Polkinen's going to talk it over. Coach Graffam is going to take a timeout. We'll have to keep it right here.
I think Coach Polkinen called the timeout, but
yes, it was Coach Polkinen who called the timeout. We'll keep it right here. 36-32, Windham with the lead over Oxford Hills. It's the Central Maine Community College Ham and Lumber Game of the Week on Maine's Big Z 92.7, the Ox 96.9 and AM 1450, worldwide at MBR.org. Video stream, of course, presented by OA. We're in the Mechanic Savings Bank broadcast booth. Matt Boutwell, John Gilson with you here, high above courtside. Tyler Farnham on the camera, and John Governale keeping us on the air back in Norway. Windham inbounds it. Hutchison with it. Henderson, Curtis, Brown, Coffin, and Hutchison in there for Windham. For Oxford Hills.
travel.
They didn't call it, though. Brown to Henderson. Curtis for 3, no good. Foul called.
After shot.
Foul's going to be on Cam Slicer. It is Cam Slicer, Garrett Record, Spencer Strong, Colton Carson, and Matt Fleming for Oxford Hills. St. Pierre and Verrier on the bench with 4 fouls apiece.
So you have a varsity team that is all sophomores on the floor, if I'm correct here.
Keniston in street clothes. Not sure if he's injured or what's going on there. You also got Goodrich, who hasn't played yet. He's in a cast on the sideline in the arm, so I can see why he's not playing.
That's their 2 bigs, too, right?
Yeah, Goodrich is another backup guy, and of course Keniston definitely plays up in the front court quite a bit. That'll be 4 fouls on Cam Slicer as well. Actually, Coach Graffam, Coach Ofiero are going to have to get on the court.
Yeah, they're going to have to suit up some freshman players here.
3 free throws for Windham, 39-32. They lead Oxford Hills. Strong with it. Gets it to Fleming. Fleming drives baseline, swings it. Pull-up jumper is too strong by Record. Back the other way comes Windham. 4:20 remaining in the third quarter. 39-32 Windham. Curtis for 3, no good. Rebound fought for, and Henderson can't save it. Once again, the cheerleader does not get injured.
Oxford Hills might have to look at playing a zone here with everybody in foul trouble.
4 fouls for Oxford Hills this half, none on Windham. Edward Little Boys lead Cheverus at the half, 49-24. Thanks to George Ballmer for sending me over the halftime score for that. Fleming with it, steps back, takes a 3, hits it. Oxford Hills back down by 4, 39-35 to Windham, 3:55 remaining in the third quarter. Coffin for 3, too strong, rebound, Fleming. Gets it to Carson. Carson gets it over to Record, who saves it to Strong. Fleming drives baseline, over to Luxa, who's in the ball game. Three-pointer, no good. Carson taps it and taps it out of bounds. Record couldn't get it to go. Pretty good offensive possession there for Oxford Hills.
Finally, some good ball movement.
39-35. They've shown it in spurts here. Pretty good crowd here tonight. Of course, we'll be back in action for you here Thursday night as the girls are in action against Cheverus. Gilman with it. Brown for 3, rattles out, no good. Henderson with a rebound. Coffin for 3, hits it. 42-35, Windham tries to get it up ahead to Carson. Nice play there by Brown to tap it out of bounds.
Wonder if Coffin's related to Officer Coffin.
I don't know. We should find out. Zach Petcher back into the ball game by Windham. It's no relation to Ed, though. Foul call. I believe that'll be on Henderson.
Wow, first foul of the second half for Windham.
4 fouls on Oxford Hills, 1 on Windham. Most of the Oxford Hills team has 4 fouls at this point.
Yes. Oh.
Luxa with it. Up the top of the key, dribbles in, hands it off. Carson has it, lost it, and taken away. Curtis with the basketball. Stops, starts. Coffin for another 3. Looks good, it is. And just like that, Windham back up by 10. Record drives in, up, can't get it to go. Taps it back in on the follow. 45-37 Windham, 8-point lead, 2:30 remaining in the third quarter. And back the other way, there comes Coffin, who lays it up and in over the top of Carson. Windham will take a quick timeout. We'll take a quick timeout. We'll be right back on Maine's Big Z and the Ox, 96.9 AM 1450. Video stream at MBR.org. Of course, we'll keep it right here on the video side of things. Make sure you're subscribing to MBR Sport on YouTube. That way you know when we go live so you can watch your games live. And make sure you stay tuned to MBR.org the next day so you can see the replay in high definition. Sterling, beautiful, 1080i.
That replay was up like 2 seconds after the last game ended. Quick replay up.
Quick replay. Welcome back. Of course, you can listen to these games online as well. If you can't watch the video for whatever reason, maybe you're driving. It's not safe to watch video when you're driving. You can take this game with you worldwide. The links to listen online at mbr.org. Central Maine Community College Hammer Game of the Week on Maine's Big Z 92.7 and the Ox 96.9 AM 1450. Wyndham leads Oxford Hills 47-37. Strong floater, high off the glass, can't get it to go. Looked like he wanted to pass it to Carson, then decided to shoot it too late. Back the other way comes Curtis. Curtis with the left hand. Gets it over to Coffin, back over to Curtis. Wyndham going left to right on your radio dial. Road Maroons with the silver numbers. Into the corner, Coffin for another 3, no good. Rebound fought for, Carson saves it for a moment, but it goes off of him. It'll remain Wyndham basketball. Wyndham's bench all fired up.
Yeah, Wyndham really looks like they want this game. Oxford Hills is looking a little flat right now as St. Pierre comes in with 4 fouls.
Of course, Verrier has 4 fouls as well. Ball tipped away, tapped around. St. Pierre wanted it off of Gilman. Official said nope. Minute 47 remaining in the third quarter, 47-37 Wyndham over Oxford Hills. Henderson inbounds it. Hutchison to Coffin. Excuse me, that was Petcher who had it to Coffin. Now Gilman with it. Back over to Coffin, looking for another three. Instead, he's going to dribble with the left hand. Stops in the lane, hands it off to Petcher. Can't get the bucket. Fleming might have gotten away with a foul. Coffin for three, rattles out, no good. Carson with a rebound. Strong with it. Offensive foul. That's a tough one.
That is a very tough one.
That is a tough one because feet weren't set by Curtis at all there. That was not, or Coffin at all, excuse me.
They're looking for it. Wyndham is just, that's probably their fourth or fifth charge they've taken. If you're Oxford Hills, you got to be, you got to recognize that they're stepping up to take that charge.
Curtis, shot, no good, rattles out. Going to call it off Carson. And every loose ball going to Windham. And now you've got a technical on Coach Graffo. And that'll be his first one.
I think you're going to start to hear the Oxford Hills crazy start to get after.
I think the Oxford Hills crowd is unimpressed right now.
They said he's outside the box, and Coach Graffo might have had a toenail outside of the box.
Well, first free throw is good by Curtis. Now 48-37 Wyndham. Minute 19 remaining in the third quarter. Scoreboard says fourth quarter. That is not the case. It is still the third quarter. Second free throw is good. Coach Graffam has to have a seat on the bench now.
I wonder how many games Coach Graffam has gotten a technical and how many games he's been kicked out of.
That's got to be a stat that somebody should be keeping somewhere. We got to find that
Mr.
stat.
Benson's got to have that information.
I would hope he does. Curtis, Coffin drives in, dribbles out, gets it over to Gilman. Gilman gets cut off by St. Pierre. St. Pierre playing tough defense even with the 4 fouls. Henderson with it. Over to Curtis. Curtis back to Henderson, into the corner. Coffin, Gilman, three, hits it. Eagles soaring right now, 52-37 over Oxford Hills.
It's just great ball movement. They got Oxford Hills on their toes. They're just, chasing. They don't have, they're constantly trying to chase that ball, and Wyndham's just keeps passing the ball around, and Oxford's just chasing.
Fleming comes back the other way and gets fouled. Oxford Hills will inbound it. 6 fouls on Oxford Hills here in the third quarter, only 2 on Wyndham. Luxa open underneath, can't get it to go. They have missed free throws and they have missed wide open shots under the hoop, and that has contributed to them being down by 15.
I'm sure Coach is excited for Christmas break.
Might actually get some practice time in. Henderson up at the top of the key. Now hands it off to Coffin. 25 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Luxa swings it out to Curtis. Luxa on defense, excuse me. Coffin had it, got it to Curtis. Now Coffin gets it back to Curtis. 15 seconds remaining in the third quarter. 52-37. Nice play there by Luxa to get it away, and then he lost it. Henderson ends up with a loose ball. 10 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Curtis with it, drives into the paint, goes up, and they're going to call an offensive foul. Turnabout is fair play. Probably don't agree with that call either, but I guess it evens out.
That definitely was not a charge. I don't even know if he touched Matt on that one.
5.7 seconds remaining in the third quarter. 52-37, Wyndham with the lead over Oxford Hills. St. Pierre gets it over the timeline, can't find the handle. Coffin saves it, and Luxa isn't able to get a shot off before the quarter ends. End of 3 quarters, Wyndham making it happen. They're up 52-37 over Oxford Hills. We'll be back with fourth quarter action coming up. Maine's Big Z 92.7 in the Ox. 96.9 AM 1450. Video stream online at mbr.org. Of course, we're in the Mechanics Savings Bank broadcast booth on the video side of things. Video stream is presented by OA. Their Ortho Access Clinic is open 6 days a week. Find their hours now at orthoaccess.com. Matt Boutwell and John Gelson with you here. Get ready to start the fourth quarter. Radio side of things, 92.7, Maine's Big Z. Also, the Ox, 96.9 AM 1450 in Oxford Hills. It's the Central Maine Community College Hammond Lumber Game of the Week. Maine's Big Z 92.7, the Ox 96.9 AM 1450. The video stream can be found at mbr.org and is presented by OA. Matt Boutwell, John Gelson with you here. Tyler Farnham on the camera. John Governale keeping us on the air in Norway. Fleming from deep. Nothing but net. Windham leads 52-40 over Oxford Hills, just underway here in the fourth quarter. Verrier with 4 fouls. Luxa out there. St. Pierre with 4 fouls. Fleming and Carson out there for Oxford Hills. Steal. St. Pierre is going to take it. Lays it up. Left-handed. 52-42. Oxford Hills back within 10.
I think you got 16 team fouls on the floor right now.
That's
You got
pretty
3
wild.
with 4, Colton with 3, and I don't know how many the others
got
are.
another one. Fleming lays it up in the foul. Brown was bound to determine to make sure that Fleming didn't dunk that. Instead, Fleming with the George Gervin finger roll and the bucket. Oxford Hills within 8. Free throw pending. Chad Polkinen's going to take a timeout and talk it over with those Windham Eagles. 15-point lead, down to 8. 7:20 remaining in the fourth quarter. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back on the Ox and Maine's Big Z. Welcome back. Maine's Big Z 92.7, the Ox 96.9 AM 1450. Central Maine Community College Kevin Lumber Game of the Week. Fleming completes a 3-point play. Oxford Hills now down by 7.
And this is what you would have seen if we weren't in foul trouble, I believe. It would be a much different game.
Well, nice play there by Curtis up against Luxa. Contact, no call. 54-45. Windham extends their lead back out to 9. St. Pierre with a basketball. Dribbling with a left hand. Now over to Verrier. Verrier drives in, goes up, off the glass, and the foul! He's going to be fouled by number 31. That was Corey Hutchison, the junior forward center. 7-point lead now for Windham, 54-47. 6:56 remaining in the fourth quarter.
Cole Verrier gets his first bucket in the fourth quarter. So that's the type of game that we've seen, as Verrier has been in foul trouble from the tip. So has St. Pierre. So you got to completely change your game plan when your 3 of your starters end up in foul trouble. As Yannick also has 3 or 4. So when you lose 3 starters because of foul trouble, your game plan that you had, or that one practice that you got to have the game plan for, is completely different now because you have a whole new different players in there.
Looks like they're going to go with the offense-defense substitution, sit Verrier down so he doesn't get cheapy foul call here. Luxa with a steal. Fleming tries to get it to Henderson, and it's picked off. Telegraphed that pass to Strong, and Henderson, using his high school football background, took it away. I don't know if that's the reason he did that or not, but I do know he plays high school football, so I assume there's some type of defensive back talent there. Coffin with it. Fleming steals it. Luxa with it. Gets it over to St. Pierre. Fleming with it up at the top of the key, 54-48. 6:10 remaining in the fourth quarter. Henderson's going to get a hand on it and take it away from Fleming. Henderson gets it over to Curtis. Being guarded by Luxa. He drives in, kicks it over. Brown for 3, hits it.
I don't know why they're playing defense so high, because Curtis is just going right by Lutzka, which is making somebody step up and leaving somebody wide open for a 3-pointer.
We'll take a quick break. Timeout for Oxford Hills. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Windham leads 57-48 here on the Maine's Big Z and the Ox, 96.9 AM 1450. Of course, get all of the scores updated tomorrow morning from all over the state. Catch audio and video replays on demand as well at mbr.org, Maine's best resource for sports. All aboard mbr.org. In the Mechanic Savings Bank broadcast booth, Matt Bowell, John Gilson with you here on the MBR Game of the Week, presented by OA. OA's Ortho Access Clinic, open 6 days a week. Sprains, strains, pains, more. Find them online at orthoaccess.com. And welcome back on the radio. coast dial. 92.7 Maine's Big Z and the Ox, 96.9 AM 1450. Oxford Hills trails Windham 57-48. 5:50 remaining in the fourth quarter. Oxford Hills basketball. Going right to left on your radio dial. Strong, Fleming, Carson, Verrier, St. Pierre in there for Oxford Hills. Fleming puts it down after driving the lane. Second dunk of the game for Matthew Fleming, 57-50. Windham with the lead.
Now if we could play a little bit of defense.
Back the other way. And follow that up with scores. Not just pick it off and not score.
And turn it over.
And then turn it over back the other way. Curtis with the basketball, being guarded by Strong. Fleming thought about gambling there. And Fleming takes it away, and the foul will be called on Brown. Nothing good was happening on that play for Chris Brown. Lost the dribble for a minute, almost got a 5-second call, then ended up fouling Fleming. That'll be the 6th team foul on Windham, and just like that, it's all evened up in the foul department, 6-6. Next one, put somebody in the bonus.
Usually what Maine officials do.
That
Even it up.
I have been noticing that's a trend over the last few years. A lot of people say it's the law of averages. Fleming fires a three, no good.
That would have been big.
Would have been. Hunter Coffin with a rebound. Instead, it's the opposite of bigly. Curtis drives in with a left hand, blocked by Fleming. And nice play there. They're going to call a travel as Strong had to roll it over to get it to St. Pierre, but he had possession of the ball, so they'll call a step. 4:49 remaining in the fourth quarter. Stay tuned to the end of the game for the Bessie Motors player of the game. Winner of that gets a personal pizza Do's on Route 26. Legal screen on Windham. And go ahead and just, don't want to call that a makeup call, but that happens.
Did they do that?
On occasion. They'll let Nazari Henderson tie his shoe. Oxford Hills now in the bonus. And Fleming will inbound to Strong. Strong, Fleming, Carson, Verrier, St. Pierre for Oxford Hills. Remember, Verrier and St. Pierre each have 4 fouls. Verrier with a basketball with a left hand. He's being guarded by Curtis. Over to St. Pierre. They get it to Fleming in the post. Down low, Carson finds the handle, lays it up and in. Nice pass by Fleming. Good finish by Carson.
Great ball movement.
Vikings within 5. Approaching 4:20 remaining in the fourth quarter. Curtis over the timeline, being guarded by Strong. He picks up the dribble. Coffin into the corner. Shot no good by Gilman. Rebound, Carson. Strong with a rebound to Verrier. Picks up the dribble, now gets it to Fleming. Fleming with the left hand. Floater, can't get it to go. Carson with a rebound. Fleming with a rebound. And Verrier lost it. Carson saved it. They're going to call it back. He didn't have the ball.
No.
He didn't have the ball for more than 2 seconds, but the official called the travel. That, not the call of the night. I will let the crowd tell you how they feel about that. 3:54 remaining in the fourth quarter. St. Pierre steals it. Foul's called on the floor. That's tough. That's tough defense there by St. Pierre to gamble, especially with 4 fouls.
Yeah, 4 fouls, and to go for that, that could end very badly. But
2 shots.
Luckily for him, he was able to get around the offensive player and get the steal.
2 shots for St. Pierre, stops the clock with 3:54 remaining in the fourth quarter. Windham leads 57-52. Fleming apparently has blood on the uniform again.
Yeah. And
I mean, he's bleeding every 5 seconds, yet there's no fouls called. I don't know how that works. And they're going to get him all cleaned up. Into the ball game will come Slicer. Second time in the game that Fleming has had to come out. St. Pierre hits the first free throw. 57-53 now. Oxford Hills down by 4. They led 12-2. Fleming about to come back. St. Pierre hits his free throw. He can come back in. Said too strong. Rebound fought for, and Luxa gets it back. St. Pierre for 3. It's off. Rebound, Slicer. He gets fouled. Henderson can't believe it. mock cheer by the crowd here.
That's 5 fouls. I think they're saying on number 10. Yep.
Henderson's had a tough matchup tonight because he's had to guard Fleming most of the game. He's given Fleming some fits, but
he's also given Fleming a few cuts.
Yes.
Fleming has had to come out of the game twice now because he's bleeding.
Slicer goes to the line with the left hand, shooting the 1-and-1. Vikings down 4 with 3:48 remaining in the fourth quarter. Big free throw. No good. Rebound, Coffin. Oxford Hills loses this game. It's going to be offensive possessions and free throws. Come back to bite them. They get it down low to to Petcher. He'll get fouled. See who it's on. I think it's going to be on Luxa. We'll see.
Colton.
On Carson. That'll be his third, I believe.
I think it was Colton. Yeah, 4th.
That's his 4th.
So
Carson with 4, St. Pierre with 4, Verrier with 4.
And I think Yannick has 4.
Yes. Petcher's first free throw hits the back of the rim, and then off the top of the backboard, no good. Slicer out of the ball game, Verrier back in. 3:35 remaining in the fourth quarter. Windham 57, Oxford Hills 53. Petcher at the line, short. Zach Petcher misses both free throws. St. Pierre up into the front court for Luxa. Now over to Fleming. Fleming drives baseline, gets cut off. He's going to get fouled by Coffin. And if you're Coach Pulkkinen right now, your team has just put Oxford Hills into the double bonus.
Yep.
And up by 4, trying to burn this clock, and you're stopping the clock and letting them shoot it. Not the formula for success you're looking for here.
I think they're going to play offense, defense, and variant. I don't think I would do that. But, I mean, there's 3.5 to go. I don't know if you want your starter. I mean, you just got to say, hey, play defense with your feet, not your hands. You pick up your 5th, you pick up your 5th. Offense, defense, I just never seem to be able to get players in rhythm that way.
1 of 2 at the line. It's 57-54. Curtis drives in. No call. He lays it up and in. 59-54. Windham extends that lead back out to 5. Fleming with it up center court. Waits for a screen from Luxa. Now over to St. Pierre. St. Pierre drives in. Finger roll. Can't get it to go. Gets the rebound and lays it up and in. Back up to a 3-point lead for Windham. Coffin guarded by Fleming. Picks up his dribble. And he hands it off. Austin McGowan in the ball game, sophomore. Or senior, excuse me. Slicer's going to get called for a foul.
He's got quite a few, I think, too. That might be 5 on him.
Verrier's about to come back in for Slicer.
So Slicer's got 5. Verrier's got 4.
Slicer just got sliced from this ball game.
You have 4 players with 4, 1 player with 5. I don't know how many Fleming has.
Free throw, no good. Fleming with a rebound. Front end of the 1-and-1. Big miss there by Windham. They're up 3. 2:30 remaining in the fourth quarter. Verrier cut off at the top of the key. He's going to hand it off to Fleming, who puts it on the floor with the left hand. He's guarded by Coffin. Fleming, off-balance jumper, can't get it to go. Carson with an offensive rebound. Verrier wide open for 3. No good. Rebound fought for. Carson saved it, but saved it to Gilman.
Good hustle by Carson.
Colton Carson doing everything he can to keep Oxford Hills in this one, but they can't hit the bucket to tie it up. Approaching 2 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. Windham 59, Oxford Hills 56. Possession arrow favors Windham. They get it down low to Petcher. Back up top to Curtis. Curtis being guarded by Fleming. He's going to drive in, kick it out. Coffin with a basketball now to Curtis. He thought about shooting it. Stead's going to drive in to Petcher. And they're going to keep working it around to McGowan now. And Luxa steals it. Nice play by Yannick Luxa. Carson up ahead. Verrier for 3. No good. Rust that shot a little bit, I think.
Yeah, with nobody to rebound. You don't really want to pull up a 3 with 1 on 4.
And then Luxa is going to get called for a foul, trying to reach in for that one. That'll be his 5th.
I think. It might be only 4.
Might be 4. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Stops the clock with a minute 27 remaining in the 4th quarter.
He's only got 3?
Wow. Stop the presses. Stay tuned to the end of the game for the Bessie Motors player of the game. Winner of that one gets a personal pizza to Doze out on Route 26. Free throw, rounded out. Verrier with a rebound.
Go to the hoop if you're Oxford Hills.
I would get it to Matthew Fleming here.
You're 0 for 4 in the last 3s. Travel.
That'll be a travel. Nothing good happened there. Waiting for a screen. Got it turned over. Minute 16 remaining in the 4th quarter. Windham won't finish it off, and Oxford Hills won't take their gifts. It's like the worst Yankee swap Christmas you'll ever go to. Curtis into the lane. Can't get it to go. Wanted a foul. Didn't get it.
That's off his knee, too.
And Carson had it stripped away. It goes off his leg. Gilman with a huge play. Oxford Hills wants a foul. Coach Graffam wants a foul. No one's going to get it.
It's definitely off his leg. I don't know if he got fouled, but I'm surprised the official saw that.
Curtis will inbound. Get it into Petcher. Now off to Curtis again. 3-point lead for Windham. Being guarded by Luxa. Back to Petcher. Petcher puts it on the floor. Blocked by Carson. Big defensive play. Fleming with a baseball pass to St. Pierre. Back to Fleming. Top of the key. Swings it over to Verrier. Back up top to Fleming. Pull up! And the foul!
40 seconds to go. Oxford Hills could tie this game up.
Matthew Fleming taken over. Oxford Hills jumped out to a 12-2 lead, and Windham has been leading most of the way. 59-58. Windham with a 1-point lead. Carson icing his free throw shooter there as he goes down to tie his shoe.
This is why I've never been really a big fan of stall. Windham kind of went into a stall.
And they stalled out. Tied at 59. Coach Graffam takes timeout. We'll be right back on the Ox in Maine's Big Z. Of course, we'll leave it right here on the video side of things. Central Maine Community College Ham and Lumber Game of the Week. The video stream is presented by OA. Matt Boutwell, John Gilson with you here in the Mechanic Savings Bank broadcast booth. 40.4 seconds remaining in regulation. 59-59 Windham over Oxford Hills. Excuse me, 59-59 Windham and Oxford Hills tied. Sorry, it was so long that Windham was leading. I just got used to it. Coffin, Gilman, Curtis, McGowan, Petcher in there for Windham, Verrier, Luxa, St. Pierre, Carson, Fleming for Oxford Hills. 30 seconds remaining. Carson being guarded by Luxa, and Luxa's going to get called for a foul. Crowd is not impressed. Looked like Curtis just lost his balance. They had to call something, apparently, and here we are. 25 seconds remaining. That'll send Curtis to the line. He'll be shooting 2. Both teams in the double bonus. Possession arrow favors Windham. First free throw, good. (60-59) Windham. 25 seconds remaining in the 4th quarter. Second free throw, no good. Violation. It's on Windham. So 1-point lead here for Windham with 25 seconds remaining in the 4th quarter.
What do you do, Maddie? Do you go for a bucket or do you wait for the last shot? What do you?
I'm going to get the ball to Matthew Fleming and see what happens. Cole Verrier has the ball currently, though. Work a screen. I would not be surprised to see a timeout here at some point. Fleming with a basketball, being guarded by Coffin. Stops, gets it down low to St. Pierre, gets the handle. 10 seconds remaining. Verrier with it. And Coach Graffam is going to take a timeout. 7.9 seconds remaining in the 4th quarter.
Got to go to the hoop, I would hope. You're going to go to the hoop with a double bonus. You can't settle for a three-point shot or a jumper here. With down one, you got to at least give your shot a chance at a layup and get fouled. If you settle for a jumper, you're really shooting yourself in the foot.
You really there's two things you want to do here. One, you want to get it down low with enough time so if you miss the shot, you can follow it up.
Yes.
And second, you want to make sure that you're not just chucking some silly shot that you don't need when you're only down one. See what happens.
Yeah.
Of course, the video stream is presented by OA. You can find it at MBR.org. Make sure you subscribe to MBR Sport on YouTube and get all the videos there live that we do. We'll be back in action on the video side of things Thursday night. You can also listen on Maine's Big Z 92.7 and 96.9 AM 1450 The Ox. As the Oxford Hills girls look to stay undefeated, they'll be taking on Cheverus Thursday night. 7.9 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter, 60-59 Windham. St. Pierre will inbound. Gets it to Fleming. Up at the top of the key, 6 seconds, 5 seconds. Down low. St. Pierre with the basketball. Can't get it to go. Foul is called. McGowan can't believe it. 1.7 seconds remaining. And Chris St. Pierre has 2 shots. Chance to give Oxford Hills the lead. No pressure, Chris. No pressure at all.
Chris's mom is going and hiding because she says she can't watch.
She can't watch it.
Her blood pressure is probably through the roof.
Quite a game, ebbs and flows. St. Pierre's first free throw is good, and we're tied. The all-important second free throw.
And ice him.
Chad Polkinen is going to take a timeout.
Now, if you're Coach Graffam, you need to say, after Chris makes this, you do not foul.
Don't foul anybody.
I would put somebody on the ball and tell everybody else to go back to at least the foul line.
You know what I'd put on the ball? I would put Carson on the ball because he's so tall and lanky.
Yes.
And then you're back there. I would have Fleming back there as kind of that safety valve just in case he needs to block something. I'm not a coach, though. I don't play one on TV or the radio. Yeah.
But you really got to emphasize that. Don't foul. Do not foul. There's, 1.7, I think the clock says. I can't see because the bar's in the way, but
1.7, yeah.
You just can't foul.
The best thing to do is to step up, and then you can kind of guess based off of what's going on the top rung. For years, I've been hoping they bump that up like about 3 inches, and they haven't. Out of the timeout now, St. Pierre looking to give Oxford Hills the lead. 1.7 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. Free throw, good! 1.7 seconds, Oxford Hills leads by 1. And shot is away at the buzzer, no good. Gilman can't get it to go, and Oxford Hills with a thrilling
steals one. They steal it
from behind win. Might get to charge him with larceny because you're right, Mr. Gilson. They did steal this one. 61-60. Oxford Hills beats Windham. They're all fired up. We'll take a break. Come back with the Best Motors Player of the Game. Right here on Maine's Big Z 92.7. The Ox 96.9 AM 1450. The video stream online presented by OA at MBR.org. Keep it right here on the video side of things. Again, your final, Oxford Hills 61, Windham 60. Stay tuned on the radio side of things for the Bessie Motors Player of the Game. Again, your final 61-60. We'll be back with the post-game show momentarily on Maine's Big Z 92.7, the Ox 96.9 AM 1450, and the video stream at mbr.org. Reminder that your video stream is brought to you by OA. Ortho Access in Portland is Maine's first urgent care walk-in clinic for immediate assessment and treatment of sports and activity-related injuries. It's open 6 days a week. For hours, visit orthoaccess.com. You're back in the Mechanic Savings Bank broadcast booth. Matt Belt with John Gilson with you here. Oxford Hills 61, Windham 60 in boys basketball action. We'll get you the scoring momentarily. Also, the Bessie Motors player of the game in a moment as well. MBR.org is Maine's best resource for sports. Find daily scores, live and on-demand video and audio, and support your team at MBR.org, Maine's best resource for sports. Pre-game show was brought to you by Sunday River Brewing Company. They're open 7 days a week starting at 6 a.m. Find their beer, breakfast, and dinner menus at SundayRiverBrewingCompany.com. Affordable Water Treatment of Maine and Maine Radon Pro is your timeout sponsor. Just one call, they treat it all. Water treatment and radon air mitigation services. Find them online at affordablewatertreatmentofmaine.com. Maine Athletic Fundraising is the right choice for your fundraising needs. No risk, no upfront costs, no minimums. Find out how they can help you today at maineaf.com. Show you back on the radio in about 1 minute, and then we'll have your post-game show for you. Final score again, 61-60. Oxford Hills over Windham. We'll be back with your post-game show in just a moment. You get the scores all tallied, ready to go. Try to get some scores out to folks as well. Welcome back. It is the post-game show. Bessie Motors player of the game will be announced momentarily. I'll let John Gilson go through the scoring for both squads as Oxford Hills steals one, 61-60 over Windham.
For the Windham Eagles, we had Zach Petcher with 3, Chris Brown with 5, Michael Gilman with 11, D-Howe Bowl with 2, Hunter Coffin with 14, Nasri Henderson with 2, and team high 23 for Nicholas Curtis. For our Vikings, we had Yannick Lutska with 2, Chris St. Pierre with 10, 2 big foul shots to win the game. Colton Carson with 6, Garrett Record with 4, Spencer Strong with 4, Cole Varia with 2, game high, team high 33 for Matt Fleming.
Matthew Fleming will be your Bessie Motors player of the game with his 33 points. Thought about giving it to St. Pierre for persevering for the free throw, but...
Yep. He even iced, came out and hit that foul shot. His mom can breathe.
His mom can breathe. Everybody should be happy.
Everybody's happy.
They're not in that position without Matthew Fleming, though.
No, and I wouldn't want to see that game go into overtime with the amount of fouls that everybody had. They kind of limped through that fourth quarter and luckily only lost one player. But, I mean, to win that game, if you're Coach Graffam, it was ugly, it was brutal, but you have to be very happy to come out of this game with a win. 3 of your starters had foul trouble. One of them fouled out. Matt Fleming was the only one that stayed out of foul trouble tonight. The whole team, we were down to the teachers were starting to suit up. So if you're Coach Graffam, you got to be somewhat happy that you got the win. Probably not happy of how you got it, but a win's a win. And now you move on to Cheverus Thursday night, I believe.
That's correct. Cheverus Thursday night. Of course, we'll have the girls for you right here on Maine's Big Z 92.7, the Ox 96.9 AM 1450 video stream at mbr.org. Again, your Bessie Motors player of the game, Matthew Fleming with 33 points. For John Gilson, for Tyler Farnham on the camera, and for John Governale back in the Norway studios, I'm Matty Beltwell. Again, your final score, Oxford Hills 61, Windham 60. That's a final in boys basketball for December 20th, 2016. We'll catch you Thursday night for Oxford Hills and Cheverus girls basketball right here on Maine's Big Z 92.7, the Ox 96.9 AM 1450. Video stream can be found at mbr.org.